students, I'm Renuka. Welcome back to my channel, and today we will look upon the stitchings, whether it's the embroidery, whether it's the stitching on the paper, whether it's stitching on the small felt, or whether we are stitching on the album, we are making the handmade journals, we can stitching on the hoop, the proper cloth, and how everything's work together. If you learn one technique, how you can go with embroidery, slow stitching, paper stitching, and mixed media stitching all the way together. So this is targeting all the audiences who love to stitch, but little bit here and there I'm giving the ideas that how I proceed. So I have so many books on the stitching, the embroidery ones, the quilted ones, cause I do machine embroidery also, the crazy quilt one, and how they help me to get into my project. I will show you that. I will make the another video for all of these books, but I will show you right now the small step-by-step process how we'll go. So basically for the stitching, whether it's the slow stitching or embroidered stitching or any kind of stitching, you need a floss, the few big eye needles or the embroidery needles. Okay, so these 2-3 things you need. The hoops, these 2-3 things need for everything, for the slow stitching and the embroidery or any mixed media stitching. Okay, so let's start first with the needles. So your needles should be pretty sharp and big eye. You will get a special needle for the embroidery needles, like which is having big eyes. I'll show you one here which is having big eyes and sharp thing, so you can go ahead in that. DMC also having the nice needles. You can search for the embroidery needles and you will get a nice needle. Depending on the substrate, you have to choose your needle. Okay, if your substrate is very thick, you need a more sturdy needle. If it's small and easy, like the cloths and fabrics or the felt, then it's easy to go. Again, the floss, DMC floss, anchor floss, you can take a nice bright color floss. They came with their numbers also, but there are some cheaper one also, which you will get in the pack, like these. These one are from Prism, and you can see it's just a 6, and they have lots of many other inside. When it came, it's like 34, and I bought it from Hobby Lobby. So up to your things, they came in a reel also, but most of the time from embroidery we use this. These are mostly the 6 strand. 6 strands means on the each of them they are twisted with the 6 strands. Okay, and then they twisted like this so that you can use them. But if you are doing the fine embroidery, you can split them apart and use 3 strand also. So it's depend upon your projects. Then let's talk about the substrate. So I'll show you few of them. First of all, I will show you the hoops. So you can use all the different kind of hoop. I have the different sizes of the hoop. It's totally depend on what you are doing in the embroidery. So but I love to use on mostly on this. It's easy to hold in my hand, and I love this one. Most of the times I use this one only, and I can show you how big it is because it's easy to handle. This one is 6.5 inch. They came in the plastic hoops also, but I preferred this wooden one. They are nice and sturdy. I have the embroidery stand also, where this hoop is connected to the stand, but most of the times it's not easy to carry outside, so I love this. Then we'll talk about the substrates. So this is the fabric. Mostly take a nice dense fabric like this one. Which thread count is more? What is thread count is in this particular area, 1 by 1 inch, how much thread count, like it is pretty dense and nice, but still my needle go through it. Mostly I use the cotton. Satin I don't use much, but cotton is the favorite one, or the quilting fabric. Then what I did, I washed them, then I iron them, not much but little bit. And if you have a sewing machine, I just sew all through my project around it. You can do the hand stitching also, just because I don't like the fraying all over going place. So these I made, and now you can see here I didn't do the sewing, so it's like going all over the place. But if you are sewed it properly on the borders, then it will go nicely. Whenever I draw this pencil drawing first. I'm gonna put this apart to show you. I'll show that also. But whenever I do the pencil drawing first, and you can see here the eye and the stuff like that, because it gives me a nice, you know, way to see that where should I put. If you're tracing your drawing, that is also good. Don't go directly. Pencil lines can erase easily, or you can use the water soluble pencil like this also, but then you have to wash it. So I prefer the pencil drawing to do the embroidery. Now how this embroidery thing, if you are doing some kind of embroidery, it's okay. I did the ribbon embroidery and some kind of slow stitching. So slow stitching concept nowadays coming too much in the thing. Way before, I don't know how many years before I did this, maybe 17-16 years before I do this project. So what I did is I did a little bit of applique, and then I just use the thread to make the embroidery on it. I hope you can see it, and you can see here also. So for this thing I put one fabric, then all the applique fabrics I cut it, and then I put the batting behind it. Now it's done, so you can't see, and then the other thing. So basically for this one I did all the embroidery first only on my fabric, and then I put the batting, and then I go ahead. But in the slow stitching, if your fabric is not that good, you can make that layer or you can make the 2 fabric layers also. Like if I have this fabric, you can make 2 fabric layers to make it more sturdy, or you can put the batting in between, craft batting. This is not craft batting, I'm just telling you in between that. But while doing that, it's only for slow stitching, because in the slow stitching we are not mainly use few stitches, not all the stitches. So it's totally depend on your preferences. Then if you want to go to very traditional one, I did this way before. I don't remember how old it is. It's like 30 years old, and you can see on the back side. But this is the embroidery, and it's like a big one. I make 2 elephants in them, same way you can see, and this is fully filled embroidery. So depending on your project, you can choose your substrate. That is the main thing here. So when we talk about the cloth substrates, I already told you, you can wash it, iron it, so whatever color is going. So if you want to use the craft batting in between, or you can use the layer of fabric, you can use the fabric stabilizer also, so that it will become a little bit thicker when you work on it. For the applique, mostly use the pylons, which came is a brand of company where it came the different kind of sticky material. So this is the, you can see this kind of a batting, and you can put 1 layer of fabric. Batting you don't have to wash, but all the fabric most of the times I wash and then iron them. So I put this layer of a fabric, then this, then I can add the another layer of fabric like this one, okay, and then I can press them together, and then maybe a blasting stitch, or maybe I start the applique. That is the total different project. Maybe one day I'll show you that also. In this series, today itself we are just looking the substrates and how to use them. So now you will get the felt sheets like that. You get in a pack, you will get 2 type of felt sheets. One is like this, where you don't have the sticky backing, and other is you have the sticky backing. So so if you want to create a fabric applique with it, you can use that. Like here I can cut the required shape. Maybe I just cut a whole flower, I stick it to that and make it a flower. I'll show you on these also. Or you can use a little bit different kind of sheets. So I bought these. I wanted different colors, so I bought these ones, and I can show you one of it. So this is not the this is a little bit thicker one, but this is not having the pure backing on the back side. Okay, so if I choose, you can create all these squares together. I want to just show you how everything works on the different substrate. If I choose this color, and I definitely want a circle, or I want to make a flower on it. Okay, so I can just go ahead and make a middle of the flower. Now here you can just draw with the pencil if you don't like the freehand appliques, but just because of that thing you can put somewhere here. You can add few leaves also. You don't have to use this batting, you can use these kind of stuff also, or the other which I showed before, and then you can start sewing. So this is the another way of using it. Then again, this felt square I use to create these kind of boxes. Okay, and how I use them I will show you. So this is one of my mixed media book which is having so many stuff going on, but I will show you first like these. So I create these circles, I just put them here, and you can see it's a simple felt. You can choose any cheap felt also, and then you can just create your own design. I didn't stitch them, I just put them here, but you can stitch them also. And then you can create several of these like this, and you can create a needle book also. So it's totally depend. So these are the small crafts. Like this one is you can make a hanging Christmas ornament. This I can just stick on any of the other sheet like this and create more integrate designs. So you know the concept of doing the traditional embroidery with everything is pretty much, you know, daunting and taking more time. You can use this, you can stick here, or I can just, you can see there is another example. What I did here is I will show you a few examples in here. I do one kind of stitch on this side, and then I make a small flower bouquet here, and then I just put it here. Okay, so these are the stuff you can add and incorporate. I can just add this here. You can turn them into the greeting card, you can turn them into the mixed media project. Okay, if you don't want to sew them, you can just put them like this, and you can on the go project, like you can take them with you and you can you know, go with that. I will show you more examples. There must be more examples in this. Let me find. So like this one. Okay, here I did the heart, and in that I do the stitching to enhance my mixed media project. This one I showed you. Okay, now this side I use here fabric. Now on this fabric, this project is already done, but I can just add this here and I can just stitch it or glue it with the hot glue gun. It's totally depend. This one I just showed you. You can do on both the side. On this side also I can add something, and I always do like this one here. I can add one more here to add more embellishment in this. So you can use these in your craft as an embellishment. Here you see I just do this kind of slow stitching kind of stuff where I just add these, and I will show you. So I add these ones on this clip. So this is the big paper clip where I create a tag and I just do few slow stitching, and you know, it's a kind of on the go project you can do, and then you can put it anywhere. You can make it here, or like I can put this project here on this side, or I can just, you know, It's totally depend how I want to use it. So if I want to put it here, I can put it here also. So these are the few examples where you can use, look, this I do kind of slow stitching and then add something on that. So these are the various examples I want to show you that embroidery should not be just, you know, limited to the things. I use the nice sharp scissors to cut the thread, but you can use the nail cutter also. If you're traveling, nail cutter is the best option because scissors, they don't allowed in the thing. So I bought this book. This is kind of an applique book. I bought it from Amazon, and if you're not much sure that you can't create your patterns or things like that, you can see from start to finish they will tell you about the stitches, how to do some of the slow stitching, some of this applique. I didn't do yet any of the project with this book, but the way before what I did is kind of similar to that. If you see here, I'm using the invisible thread to making the applique and put it inside, and here they put some kind of nice more threads. But the overall idea here is you can get the books if you are not much with doing the embroidery or things like that. And there is a one more book which is I want to show you. And you know, these kind of stuffs you can pack it with you, and you when your kids are playing. So this is the Joyful Stitching. I didn't start any project with this. I bought it on Kindle. I'm planning to go like for a long vacation. I don't know how much video I can make that my health is not also good, but here I put it on my iPad so that I can, you know, use this as a take a reference, or I can create it. Here you can see they told about all the how to draw stencil and stuff like that. Excuse me. And then you got, so most of the times what happened, people got overwhelmed with books also. Like they choose first book so complicated that, you know, it is skip it apart. So I will tell you what is the complicated book and what is the simple book. Okay, so if you are pro in embroidery, you are doing it for a normal like quite a while, then you can go ahead and buy these kind of books where you will get all kind of where you will get all kind of stitches. It's an embroidery book, so where you will get all kind of stitches and things like that. Although you can follow some YouTube tutorials also in that. There are so many YouTube tutorials, but most of the times I create something by my own. I refer the book. I like if I want to make something, I can refer the book. I can sometimes refer the color combinations and then I create that. But if you are beginner, I don't suggest that book. I'll say this one, Doodle Stitching. It's a simple book where they have the CD also. It's simple things they are. Look, they have they told us about the stitching, some stitches, the hoop, the thread, which we already covered, and then some simple designs. So you can start with these kind of simple designs where you are not, you know, very overwhelmed with the things. And if you do small projects like that, it will give you more, you know, strength and confidence to do the bigger projects. So you can see there are so many. I have this book for so many times. I make so many things with it, and then things happen is like I didn't post them or I didn't draw them. So you can see this is my one of the thing I did it, and like I don't know, I don't have that thing with me. I gifted to someone else. So what I did in that, I create a big panel and then I put it the different blue color patches there. This is my rough drawing, and then I create my own doodles. You can see they are very simple, and then I draw them on the pencil, and then I create this kind of small quilt or something like that. I don't have that with one, but I'm telling you how you can inspire. You can make these flowers. Now this, you can see I didn't follow them properly. I don't even remember, oh, there is something like that, but I did it this. So did I copy it? No, but somewhere I know that I have this maybe, but I did this simple stitching to create these, and those are so much fun. So if you are beginner, go with this one. If you don't want, you want to do a real embroidery, go with this one. But there are so many other stuff in the market also that I want to share with you. Like this one I shared with you. Now here, this is the crazy quilting. I didn't complete any crazy quilt, but I made few of them. But you will get a nice ideas to create something, like, you know, you can create these and you can use those stitches in the crazy quilting or slow stitching also. You can see they are very simplified. So having the book in hand and seeing, or you can use the videos also if you don't want to buy. But I am the book lover. I have so many papers that I can you know, do this. So this artist Cheryl Khan. She is I don't know, I have two books of her. One was this and other is, I think, in mixed media something. But I really like this, the way she play with all the stuff. I will do the full flip over about this book, cause otherwise this video get too long. But this is the easy way to incorporate your other stuff, the fabric, the stitching. This one is mostly with the this stitching and things is mostly with the machine, but you can use the machine also. Like most of the times we add the machine stitching to the tags and stuff like that. I'll show you. So if you see in this tag, I do this zigzag thing, zigzag machine stitching. So you can add and incorporate the simple stitching in your other projects also, like this one. So there are so many things you can do. I just embellish this ribbon now for this stitching, okay, to, you know, add more stuff. You can see I just put little bit of here, little bit of, and particularly this ribbon is the leftover of one of my project, which I'll show you, where I did the hand stitching as well as embroidery stitching. So now you can see here I add little bit of hand stitching here in my mixed media project, okay. Then I add buttons, you can add swing here. You don't have to do all the stuff on the machine. Same thing you can do machine. And like here I'm adding these stitches to put my pages. If you don't watch this how I made this, you can watch in my watercolor journals and you can see how I create this. So stitching plays a very important role in the mixed media also. It's totally depend on how you want to do. So these two books I just bought this why, you know, I just want to buy the books and I love the books, okay. So here you can see how they use the zigzag stitching and decorative stitches. Any decorative stitches will do. And they have few small patterns. Sometimes you can get color inspirations from that. But you can see here there are all the stitchings and the beautiful stitchings as quilt as you go. So I always took the inspirations from the other stuff. It's not always that I use the same things going on. So I hope you like to this project and you will start your stitching. Maybe you can just grab few squares of these and you can just put them, make the layers of them, and you know, you can create something whatever you like in the mixed media also. Now on these fields you can use your markers also. If you have markers, you can use Sharpie, permanent markers, or any marks. If you are not planning to wash them, you can use any markers. And if you want to wash them, there are few fabric markers also, that also you can use while doing this. Fabric markers I'm not much fond of, but yeah, you can use these kind of fabric markers came and they mark very nicely on the fabric, so you can mix and match the stuff. So main idea here is you can get many things out of one thing where you have to learn how to do it. I hope you enjoyed today's projects, and until the next project, have a crafty life. Bye bye, take care, and don't forget to tell me that which project you want to try or what should I show you more, so that you can start the projects with me. So bye bye and take care.